I'd have to say this. I think, personally, from just understanding the New Testament record and knowing that demonic forces are powerful, strong, and the fact is we do wrestle against not flesh and blood, but principalities and powers according to Ephesians 6. I think a lot more mental illness and a lot more aberrant and abnormal behavior can be attributed to demonic work than we ever imagine. I think a lot of it is functional disorder. A lot of it, such as epilepsy, can definitely be due to a physical problem rather than a spiritual problem. But I think what can be diagnosed as epilepsy can usually be diagnosed as such by virtue of some physical things. Today we have sophisticated enough diagnostic techniques to do that. But I think there is behavior that might appear to be epileptic that definitely could be demonic. And the answer to the question, do I feel that a lot of it could be eliminated by casting out demons? I don't believe necessarily today that the Lord calls us to cast out demons. I believe anyone who comes to Christ will be freed from that, and any Christian who is obedient to Christ will be freed from that. It's not a question of having to go around and cast those out. That was a very unique ministry of Christ and the apostles. In a sovereign way, Christ just spoke to demons and they left. And the apostles as well. I think today we have no such ministry existing in the church, but the promise, resist the devil and he'll flee from you. And when we come to Christ, greater is he that is in us than he that is in the world. So, yes, I do believe that much of mental illness is a result of demonic and satanic activity. But it's hard to just isolate it because it's a result of sin, it's a result of willful choices made by human beings, and it certainly involves Satan. And if we knew the truth, we would know that standard psychological answers don't solve that problem. I think we've basically, in our contemporary psychological approach to these problems, have come to the fact that for the most part, psychology doesn't help. And so if you have severe problems, what'll happen? And I can tell you, I've been in mental institutions all around this area calling on people and visiting people and so forth. Inevitably, what happens when a person goes in there is they don't have any cure. They just give them medication to calm the symptoms. They can't deal with the problems. I just got an article the other day across my desk, which I've started to read, which basically talks about psychology and its inadequacy. There's another new book called Psychological Seduction, written by the man who's the chairman of the psychology department at Boston College, I think it is, who is a very respected academician who says psychology as such, the whole business is bunk. Because it's shown now that they can't get to the problems just through psychological means. As a solution, it doesn't really work. So I think the reason it doesn't work, in many cases, sometimes it does, people just need guidance. But the reason it doesn't work is because the forces there are greater than can be dealt with just human information or human technique. And I think it is supernatural.